Down here on the field with the head coach of the Cobras, Coach Matt Richardson. Coach, a heartbreaker last Friday night. Bauxite, things got really physical in that contest. I know you guys came up on the losing end of that battle, but it was certainly a battle, Cobras fighting all the way to the end.
I don't know in 15 years of being a head coach if I've ever had a team play that hard. And I told them that at the end of the game. You know, pre-game meal I talked about, tonight could be a night that in 5 and 10 years people look back and say, hey, this is when it changed. Everything changed that night. I told them Sunday when they came back. I told them Monday, the first meeting back with the whole team. I told them, I said, I still believe it might have been that night. Because the standard of how hard we played as a team was different last Friday night. They played harder, like I said, than maybe any team I've ever had. I told them, I said, if you keep playing by that standard, trust me, the wins are going to show up. They're going to show up, and you're going to get plenty of them. But anything in life, I've never had anybody tell me, man, I played too hard. I worked too hard. I studied too hard for the test. No, they don't. They always say, I wish I'd have done more. Well, we don't have to say we wish we'd have done more. They gave everything they had Friday night, and we came up short. But if we keep doing that, there's going to be plenty of nights we're not going to come up short anymore.
You could see the fire in the team there. You could tell that that game meant something, and I think you're right. Even in a losing effort, you can see the fire that's been lit in this team, even just this week in practice. Of course, the big story going into this matchup, Nashville just beat Arkadelphia. I don't know how many people saw that coming, and you might have your own opinion on the final play of the game and whether it was in, whether it was not in. Regardless, Nashville's 1-0 in conference play, and they're going to be riding that emotion very, very high. What do you know about Nashville, and what has this team been working on to stay fired up and to go turn the tables on a great opponent?
So they are going to be coming off a high, and heck, nobody's looking at the Fountain Lake Cobras. And the thing that I'm telling our guys is, you just played a top 10 team, and they were big, and they were physical. And I promise you, Nashville's big, but they don't have anybody as big as 70. That guy was a big human. And they're big number 11, the fullback, the H-back, and they're big guys. So we're fine with the next opponent we're going to play. I don't care who the opponent is. If the Cobras play as hard as they played last Friday night, we're going to be in every game we play. That's all I ask, is the standard of play is the best you can do. And we gave our best last Friday, and if we do it again this Friday, we'll be fine.
Sometimes after a loss, it's really easy to hang your heads and be like, oh no, here we go again. On the field, in the weight room this week, who is stepping up and being that vocal leader, that vocal encourager to keep everybody moving in the right direction?
Well, I guess the same guys, the Nate Jordans, man, especially in the weight room, that guy's going to get in here and get after it. The Jaden Irwins, the Cooper bust, who got beat up a little bit last week, and he's back at it and hadn't missed a beat. So, when he walks back out on the field, everybody else looks up and says, hey, man, he took the beating he did, and he's not taking practices off. So, he leads by example. So those kind of guys, Peyton Harwood, the Case Hares, the Caleb Beans, all those guys are showing up and busting their tails, and the attitude's been great. Yeah, we got beat, and it is what it is, and sometimes life that happens. We're going to pull up our bootstrap and put on our chin straps and go back to work.
Coach, we're excited for a big road matchup at Nashville Friday night. Safe travels to you and the team. Good luck, and go Cobras.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all y'all do and tell y'all that, and God bless, and go Cobras.
More on tonight's matchup coming up next. This is Fountain Lake Football on 92.9 KVRE and online at kvre.com.